Severance is back. I don't know how you guys feel, but I am extremely thrilled about this. The first season of Severance was one of the most interesting debut seasons that I had ever seen for a TV show, at least in quite some time. I remember I had gotten a free trial to Apple TV Plus, and I was scrolling through just trying to see what is worth checking out on this platform. Is it going to be worth me actually paying for this platform? And when I stumbled upon Severance, I thought, okay, I might just have to pay for this platform because this show is fire. Not only is this show an excellent mixture of sci-fi, thriller, suspense, comedy, but it also has really impressive world building that has me wanting to know more. I mean, what is up with this Egan family? Why are they so revered? People literally talk about them like they're the next Jesus Christ. And, you know, that's pretty fascinating. And I am hoping that we do get to learn more about that in this second season. And so since this show is known for having such mystery and so many interesting things happening, I thought this would be a great show to do weekly summaries about and dissect my theories and discuss what I think is going on, give you guys my opinion, give you guys my thoughts, and see, you know, if we're lining up and coming up to some of the same conclusions, and maybe get some of your guys' conclusions in the comments. One can hope, right? So sit back and relax as I dive into these first 2 episodes and give you guys my thoughts and my theories and see what we can come up with. At the end of the first season, we see the innies stage a coup and try to alert the outside world of their plight and their unhappiness. And it ends with one hell of a cliffhanger. Innie Mark ends up seeing a photo of Miss Casey with his Audi, and they are married, which is kind of strange because he finds out that she's supposed to be dead. Obviously, she's not because she is on the severed floor working in the wellness center. So what the F is going on? This season picks up 5 months after that reveal. Mark returns to work only to find out that his entire team has been replaced by random people. Not only that, but Milkshake, oops, I meant to say Milchek. Milchek is now in charge of the entire floor, and he has an 8-year-old girl who is extremely just robotic almost, manning the desk in front of his office. That's also kind of a strange thing, and it really does play into some interesting conversations in this first episode. Mark is told in the beginning of this first episode that the actions that he and the innies took really did shake the company to its core foundation, and it made some push for changes in the outside world. People really wanted to see some reform, and they wanted Lumon to be held responsible. So essentially, they were actually becoming famous. He also informs Mark that Miss Cobell is no longer with the company because they had found out that she had weaseled her way into not just controlling Mark in the severed floor, but she was also getting super involved in his life in the outside world, and the board thought, this is not good, this is a very unhealthy obsession, we're cutting her loose and we're promoting Milchik. So Mark is back in Lumon with a new team, and they are actually a pretty memorable team. I did enjoy this team. They are not in the show very long, but I suspect that they might come back. I feel like, especially the girl from Arrested Development, she's kind of a bigger actress and she's kind of popular, but somehow I'm thinking that this little cast of quirky characters might come back, and I would be all for that because guys like Mark W, I want to know. This guy is very strange. He's very interesting. I'd like to see more of him. But Mark never really likes this team. He wants his team back. He questions Milkshake about, oops, I said it again. He questions Milkshake and he says, where is my team? He says that they decided not to come back. You are the only one who agreed to come back. Mark's not buying it. He says, I want to hear that from them. Milkshake says that's not possible, but Mark doesn't believe it, so he ends up staging a situation to make it so that he can get on the speaker and speak to the board directly. He demands that his team is brought back, and the board ends up agreeing. That team, the OG team, comes back midway through that first episode, and we get to find out what's going on with them. What did they see? Helly R, for example, lies. She does not tell everybody that she is the daughter of the CEO. It's a big reveal. Is she ashamed of it? Why is she hiding that? That's very interesting, and it does seem like that's going to lead to some stuff. There's no way that that is going to stay buried all season for sure. Irving comes back, and he is acting like a shell of the man that he once was. He is extremely distraught because he found out that Bert, the guy that he liked, actually maybe loved, was actually happily married or maybe taken on the outside world. And when he came back, he just felt like, what do I have to live for? Why am I here? I don't want to be here anymore. The one person in this place that was really giving me joy, he's just moved on. He doesn't even know who I am. Not to mention, he sees that his Audi has been painting pictures of a black hallway that has a mysterious elevator at the end. That same elevator that we saw Miss Casey go down the last time we saw her character. Ooh, the mystery is getting deep. In the second episode, we do find out that in fact, those people did not opt to not come back to work, but Milchek, as he got promoted, decided that he was pretty ticked off about what they did, and he went and fired them. Poor Irving and Dylan, they were just, you're out. Of course, he can't fire Helly R because that's the daughter of the CEO, and he can't fire Mark because, why? To me, it's starting to seem like there's something extra special about Mark. There is some reason that the board bent over backwards to keep him happy. There is some reason that Miss Cobell is so fixated on Mark. There's something up with Mark, and that is the reason that he is irreplaceable. And I do think that it has something to do with Miss Casey. Revisiting that big shocking ending that was from the first season, the "she's alive" line. Well, in the beginning of this second episode, it seems like Mark is not believing that his innie was actually referring to his wife. He thinks that he was actually just referring to the fact that the baby was found safe and alive. And Mark's sister says, sure, I guess that's what he meant, but you can tell that she thinks that Gemma might be alive. She keeps hinting at it, and she keeps implying that Mark should consider that possibility because it was just such a strange experience, and why would this guy say that about the baby? It's just not really adding up. Mark is feeling very finite that his wife is dead because he claims that he ID'd the body, and that's probably true. He might have ID'd a body. Maybe it was a body that was made to look like Gemma. You know, there are so many questions about this. Like, if that is in fact his wife and she is in fact alive on the severed floor, what's up with that death? You know, was it all fake? Did Lumon stage it? Why did Lumon stage it? There's so many questions, and I'm just so pulled in by all of this. I am loving this intrigue and mystery. I like something that gets me thinking, that gets me pondering. Pondering like how I'm pondering the fact that Helly R's Audi was really obsessed with that video of her innie kissing Mark. You know, she watched it so many times, and it made me think, I think a part of that innie Helly's feelings for Mark are actually starting to bleed through. It is my theory that the innies and outies memories are starting to not be completely separated. I think subconscious feelings like love, maybe hate, desire, emotions maybe are making it through, maybe even more than that. But it does seem like innie Helly has influenced Outie Helly, and that is, I think, why Outie Helly is totally fine with going back into the severed floor, and why she's watching that footage over and over again. And finally, what ends up happening with Miss Cobell after the first season when she is terminated? She does end up saving the day a bit because she warns everybody that the overtime contingency protocol has been activated. So she does get a meeting with Outie Helly R, and Helly congratulates her and says thank you so much, and they offer her a new position, but not her previous position. Miss Cobell doesn't seem too happy about being taken away from that position. She really wants that job back, but it seems like that's not going to happen. Milchek has the job, and it's his, and it's staying that way. But does she end up taking that new position? I do think she does. I think that she is, in fact, still working for the company. Milchek doesn't obviously know that she is. He thinks that she is for sure terminated. I think that she is still working for the company. That's why in the new opening credit scene, it ends with an image of Miss Cobell looking down on all of it. I think that that opening title sequence is supposed to be revealing something about the future of this show, of this season for sure, and it's gonna all lead to Miss Cobell. I am quite sure she's gonna become a big figure. And when Outie Mark sees Miss Cobell, he is livid. He wants explanations. Why were you forcing yourself into my sister's life? Who are you really? What's going on? And he asks about Gemma, and Miss Cobell actually pauses. She has a hesitation to her expression, and Mark catches on to that, and now I think he is accepting that maybe his wife is alive. That's going to be very interesting. That little split second of hesitation might have been all it took to make him come on board with the idea. So now I bet this is going to lead to more stuff. But yeah, I'm really curious, what's up with Mark? Why is he so important? What's going on with Miss Cobell? Are we going to find out more about Irving in that black hallway? Has Irving been to that black hallway before? It seems like if he's painting it, he had to have been there before. Has Irving been to the testing floor? Is Irving kind of like Miss Casey? So many questions to ask, and when are we going to get these answers? Well, we are going to get new episodes every Friday, and every week I will be making my reaction videos to these new episodes. So look forward to that. If you like this video, please hit the like button. And if you want to hear more of this opinion and see more of these videos or see other types of videos, then subscribe to this channel. Later.